Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jewel here, and welcome to the Essetino Weekly Mastermind, episode number 73. All right, so you'll notice it's just me here today. Arit is not feeling well, so let's send her some positive healing vibes. And it's just going to be me today. So I've got my name here, Jewel Tolentino, and welcome everybody to the Essetino Weekly Mastermind. We want to be a resource for you guys, all you creative entrepreneurs out there. This is a resource of high vibes and high energy every week at Thursdays, 6 p.m. PST. So while we are saying hello to everyone in the chat, I want you to share your wins for the week. We like to start off with sharing the wins to go off of those high energy vibes. And I got a lot myself to share with you guys. I'm very excited to share all my wins here with you guys. So please in the chat, share your wins for the week and let's say hello to some people. All right. We've got Lisa in the house. Hey, Lisa. Oh, and by the way, happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the United States. I'm here in Canada, and our Thanksgiving was actually in October. And we have a lot of clients and colleagues that are in the United States, and they've all been saying like happy Thanksgiving to us. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys in the United States. Hope you guys are having lots of turkey. Mashed potatoes are my favorite. Mashed potatoes and gravy. If you can get a really good garlic mashed potatoes, that's one of my favorite foods. I know it's weird. It's just like squished potatoes, but it's one of my favorite foods. Whenever I go to the buffets in like Las Vegas or just wherever in the United States, we don't really have buffets here in Canada. But whenever I go to buffets, I always get mashed potatoes, which is like, the plainest food. You should be going for the crab legs, right, to get your money's worth. All right. We've got Rye in the house. Hey, Rye, how's it going? We've got Digging In Deep with Dawn. I see you changed your avatar. Looks cool. We've got Teddy B in the house. Hey, Teddy. And everybody's saying hello to each other. Lisa was saying, I'm sorry I wasn't able to join the live stream last week. You ended up falling asleep. No worries. I know it's a later time zone for you in the East Coast. You're in Boston, I believe. So I think you're 3 hours from us. So it's actually like 9 p.m. over there, right? All right. And we've got Liat in the house. Happy Thanksgiving to all celebrating. Much to be thankful for. Yes. And I want to talk about things to be thankful for. We've got Dawn saying, sorry all, I had tech issues on my first live stream, onward and upward. Yeah, so Dawn was going to be going live last Friday, but he had technical difficulties, as we all do. It's happened. I have been drinking coconut water. In our very first live streams, I was drinking coconut water and I was choking on the live stream and I had to leave the room. And it was not just one of those little things. It was like I needed to exit the room and, like really cough it out. So trust me, I've had my fair share of random things happening in the live stream. All right. Hey, Rye. We've got Brenda in the house. Hey, Brenda. How's it going? Sending healing love for Arit. Yes, please do. Hey, Phil. How's it going? Hello, Jewel and fellow positive people. People are sending healing vibes for Arit. Win for Rye. All right. Win for the week was you had 2 new sponsors sponsoring your videos on your channel. More streamlined schedule. No more overposting. No more overposting. And losses would be weather and darkness, but I can't change that. Yeah, like you've been having storms and stuff over there. And no more overposting. What does that mean? Does that mean you're pulling back a little bit and you're not doing like so many per day? Please elaborate. I'm curious. People are saying get well or eat, no problem. Spaghetti for me, I'm a rebel. Oh, yeah, when you go to the buffet. I know, it's so funny what we all go for. I usually do an initial round at the buffet. I'll tell you my technique. This is weird, right? My initial technique is I go and I try and do some things. I try to try new things at the buffet, but I do stick to things that I like, i.e. mashed potatoes. And the second round is always like exactly what I like. So out of what I chose initially, it's like more of what I like. And then I usually do the soft serve ice cream with the sprinkles. That's pretty much my routine at the buffet. We've got Jojo in the house. Hey, Jojo. And win for Brenda. This week, I was complimented on the excellence of my teaching videos. This week was my 40th video, and I got 140 subs. Slow but steady growth with regular watchers now. That is amazing, Brenda. And that's what we really try and teach our students and our coaching clients. This is a marathon. It's not a race. You want to be the tortoise, because here's the thing. If you just go whoop and you go really fast and you go viral all of a sudden and you weren't ready for it, and this is not just like, this is like in life also. We're all about the steady growth and the trajectory upwards. If you go like straight up and you weren't prepared, you will likely also crash, and burn out and overwhelm. So it's good that you're getting the foundations and you're bearing down. And I am so proud of you, Brenda. I remember when you were preparing, and it's all documented on these live streams, which is cool. You guys, when I say share your wins and stuff, like, this is recorded and it is documented for history. And we have documentation of you, Brenda, saying, I'm planning my videos, I've got my content ready, I'm going to start recording. We have all that on here because you've shared it. So it's kind of like a documentation thing as well. And for you to go from 0 to 140, just think about that for a second. That was 0 people, and now 140 people have said, yes, I subscribe to Brenda. So that's so amazing. I love that you are authentically yourself in your videos. You're not trying to be like anybody else, and you're just doing your own thing and attracting the people that are attracted to your energy, which is what we try and teach. Roland, we've got Roland in the house. Hey, everyone. I didn't realize you were on your own tonight, Jewel. You should have told me. No worries. I didn't want to, force you or anything like that. So no worries. It's okay. I'm doing the show by myself today, which is fine. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but because there's more room on the screen, I added this thing, which is like a space starlight thing. It's this, I'll pick it up right now so you guys can see it. It's just like this. It's just like this, what do you call it? Like a huge hockey puck white thing. And then you just, I changed the features on it. It's like this touch thing, and you can set it to go into space. I like the blue because it's more realistic. So let's leave it as blue. It only has like blue, green, and red, I think. So there's a cool space theme happening. All right. Mashed potatoes would taste great with gourmet. That's just a weird inside joke. It's basically garlic butter that we have going on. Sending love your way, Jewel, and all. I won't be able to stay for the live stream. Have a good night. No worries, Liat. Thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you for all the positive vibes. Your win is that it's your birthday tomorrow. That's amazing. I'm happy to be alive. Exactly. It's these things that we take for granted, right? Rai said, no, I just hate winter. As for posting, the daily lives were hurting me. The YouTube rep I was emailing, going to stick with my video schedule and 1 live per week for the regular crew. Interesting. So they said the daily lives were hurting your channel in terms of like you were losing subscribers, or what was it that was going wrong? And that's really interesting. Oh, Teddy B saying for Thanksgiving dinner you had spaghetti and garlic bread. Yeah, like whatever you want, right? People are cheering Brenda on, loving it. Happy birthday to you, Dawn. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? It's just me today, but thank you so much for joining the live stream. Good consistency, Brenda. Yes, the consistency is key. It is the secret, and it is the whole thing. And that's what people need to wrap their heads around. They try and make it really complicated and try and make it some convoluted math problem, but it's really not. It's just like, be consistent, show up, do your videos, get better each time, work on tweaking little things here and there as you go along. It's a journey. It's a whole journey. People are loving it. Happy Thanksgiving. Love the Starry Night ambiance or ambience or whatever, however you pronounce it. And great YouTube course from you too. Thank you so much, Dawn. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the encouragement, everyone. Jewel, I appreciate your words of wisdom. Be the turtle. It feels good to see it that way. Yeah. It's because it's like, it's a children's story, right? And it's like, who wins the race, right? Like, who wins? It's not the hare, it's the turtle, right? And you can take life lessons from that. Thank you, Liat. Please smash the like button. Appreciate it. Thanksgiving solo stream. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And got the stars for you guys for Thanksgiving. Win for Tracy. Here we go. Getting juicy. Joined the YouTube partner program this past week, which means she got her 4,000 watch hours and you are now monetized. That's amazing. Did you already receive that postcard that they send in the mail with that code that you need to punch in and all that? Let us know as soon as it turns live, because you'll start to see ad revenue come in right away. And that's why we say it's so important to do those SEO videos so that you start to earn ad revenue right away. The whole purpose with our strategy with being SEO'd is that when you SEO your videos, advertisers can find them more easily. And when advertisers place custom ads, you earn more per click, per view, per all of that. So that's how it works. That's how we use it. Roland says daily videos or lives likely burns out your subscribers. Interesting. Yeah, I can see that happening. For example, well, I can see that happening, but I think for some channels it's good. Like, for example, Scott's channel where he talks about stocks, because there's every day is a new company he's evaluating. So it's like people are obsessed with it, and his views are going through the roof right now. He's almost averaging 3,000 subscribers a month. It's wild. He's going viral. Rye says YouTube wasn't pushing my vids as the lives were overwhelming them, apparently. That's what I made of what he said. Cool. That's awesome. I hope to see that the change is going to boost your channel up. People are saying happy birthday, Dawn. Congrats to Tracy on becoming part of the YouTube partner program. We've got Kyle in the house. Hey, Kyle. Oh, Roland, your birthday's on Sunday. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Consistency is good. And now that I have regular viewers of my video each week, I realize how much I have to show up each week now. That's awesome. That's really cool. People are loving it. Jewel and I have the same B-day. Yes, me and Kevin Burciaga have the same birthday, which is March 21st. And also another person, like my cousin has the same birthday. And I think, Cheeks of Product Patrol also is on March 21st too. So I know a lot of people with the same day as my birthday. Tracy said, didn't get any codes so far. $5 in ad revenue earned so far. Yeah, and that's just going to grow, Tracy. Keep consistent. Keep pumping those videos. Try and find different things to test out things, because they're oftentimes with YouTube channels, they'll get in a certain groove, and they'll only create the same thing, and they won't try new things in fear of, subscribers not liking it or anything like that. But the thing is, if you don't try new things, you don't see what could potentially be better or grow more, or you might enjoy more. All right, let me share some of my wins, because I have some cool wins. Remember last week? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Last Thursday, I had said that my sister was in labor. Like, she was in actual labor. She was in the delivery room actually going for it. And after 22 hours of labor with 0 drugs, she didn't take anything like that. She gave birth, and let me pull up a picture here. After 22 hours, she gave birth to Dominic Julian Zaghetti. He is half Hungarian, half Filipino, and he is my little nephew, and I'm obsessed with him right now. He's like the tiniest thing. He's like a little peanut, and his middle name, which is Julian, if it sounds familiar to my name, Jewel, her husband and my sister, they gave a middle name, and they named him after me for his middle name. So that's Dominic right there. And he's like 7 days old right now. So he's just starting out life. And I'm already saying like words of wisdom to him. I'm like whispering into his ear, like, you can do anything. You can be anything you want. So that's little Dominic there. I'm going to see him again this weekend. And shout out to my sister and her husband. They are so tired right now. They're not getting very much sleep because it's like on the clock. You got to feed when you got to feed. So thank you, everybody. Yes. Yeah, it was really, I saw Dominic the moment he came home from the hospital, and he was so fresh, and he was like 1 day old, and it was just like, it was a crazy feeling. Awesome. Yes, he already has 1 subscriber. That's awesome. All right, so yeah, that was a win. I'm an aunt now. And also, on the Monday, if you guys are part of our YouTube SEO Facebook group, we did a 2-hour, well, actually, it was 2-hour, 40-minute. It was approaching 3 hours, but I was starting to lose my voice. We did this 2-hour all-out, blowout live stream in this Facebook group. And it's in the course, if you do have the course, which I do know a lot of you have. And I basically spilled it out. I spilled all the guts. I gave all the crazy tips and tricks and things, and how we get our ad revenue to where it is, and why it's this amount compared to a lot of other people. And these are things that I don't really talk about on the channel. I don't think I've made tutorials on a lot of the stuff. So if you are in that group, I highly, highly recommend you check it out. Grab some popcorn, take notes, because there's so much in there. And it was just like an all-out spree. And I was very happy with it. I was like, wow, I almost lost my voice, but that was a lot of information. Teach him SEO secrets. Congratulations to you all. Yeah, all of you guys are crushing it. And also, another cool thing happened also in the week. So also on that Monday, on the same day, so we did the live stream in the evening. And earlier that day, we actually had a physical meeting with a potential client. And sometimes we have, like before COVID, we used to meet up with people all the time at coffee shops and do meetings and, that kind of thing. And so we had one for the first time in a long time. And someone had referred us as YouTubers, and we met up, and this lady is a photographer, and she, since COVID happened, it's made a lot of people think about moving their business online. And she was very much in the physical world. I believe it was real estate photography. And obviously things changed when the pandemic hit. And when we met up at the coffee shop, she's like, first of all, she didn't like, I didn't really know what she looked like. She didn't really know what we looked like. And then she's like, are you the YouTubers? And I was like, we're like, yeah, we're the YouTubers. And the cool thing is we're having such a casual conversation, really just saying what we do on YouTube, how it works, how we are. She was asking questions. And right in the middle of it, she goes, okay, sign me up with your program. I want in. And we hadn't even discussed the details of it, the price of it, or anything like that. And it was so cool. I don't forget my beginnings. I don't forget how I started and where I came from, because I remember my very first pitch meeting when I was so scared to sell like a website for $500. I would get crazy anxiety and get really nervous and stuff. But with this meeting, because we've done so many and stuff, I wasn't nervous at all. I was just saying my experience with YouTube, how it can help you, this and that. And for her at the middle of it to just go, okay, sign me up, whatever it is. I don't know the cost, but I want to sign up. And we're like, whoa, that was crazy. That's awesome. And then right there, we signed a coaching client. And I am so grateful that things like this happen after many years of trying to figure it out online in the entrepreneurial world. And this year in particular, we've learned a lot about sales and marketing and how to speak to people, and it's working. And it's really cool to put what we've learned into practice and for it to actually work and to transact. So that's really cool. And that was a win. We got a new coaching client literally on the spot before we even said what it was, which was really cool. And then I got my second walking medal. So if you guys don't know, I'm into walking since 2020 when all the gyms closed. And walking is underrated, just to let you know. And this is the Mount Kilimanjaro medal, if you guys remember the first one. And this one was 97 kilometers and 60 miles. And so I did that over a certain period of time. I don't do it all at once, but I like to do a purpose to my walks. And getting these medals gets me walking. So you have to find out what works for you and create systems that work for you. So for me, working out has always been an issue, because if I just leave it up to me and the sheer will of it, I'm not going to do it. There needs to be some sort of a prize or something at the end for me. And so that's why these medals have really been pushing me. It's my second medal. I have another one coming on the way. And the first one was the Giza pyramids. And if you guys don't know this, it's by the company The Conqueror Challenge. And you can either run, walk, bike, swim, weightlift, like whatever physical activity you want to do. And I chose walking to get these medals. So yeah, that's my wins. Those are all my wins. Dominic, 2-hour live stream, coaching client, and my second medal, walking medal of Mount Kilimanjaro. So there's a lot. Don't usually have that many. Thanks, Roland. Appreciate it. We've got Scott in the house. Happy Thanksgiving, Scott. How's it going? Thank you. Appreciate it. Do 50K in a day. Probably on a bike, yeah. But walking, I think the most kilometers I've done walking in a day was when I did this one hike a couple summers ago. And I think it was like, no, it wasn't that one. No, it was when I walked, and Brenda, you might, like, we walked literally across North Vancouver. from, I can't remember which parts because I don't know North Vancouver too much, but Arit's brother does. And we walked for 8 hours. And I think it was like 32 or 33 kilometers. And it was in the summer and I was dying. And that was, I think, my longest walk ever, almost across a good chunk of North Vancouver. It takes 8 to 9 hours. Yeah, I bet. That's the entire day gone right there. All right, so with the theme of Thanksgiving for the Americans, I know there's a lot of Canadians here too, but I thought, hey, you know what? We're all thankful, right? I wanted to ask you guys, what are you grateful for? Like, really think about it, because yeah, it's like, oh, I'm thankful for, something light and casual. Really think about it. I want you to dig deep, as digging in deep with Dawn, and let me know what you are thankful for real. Let's see here. That's a walk and a half. That's a great long walk. Did you walk in the streets? It was in the streets, Brenda, and there were a lot of cars, and there are some streets in North Vancouver where it was like you have to share the road, and it was kind of scary a lot. We had to run and go off to the side. It wasn't the most calming walk. It was kind of stressful, if I'm being real. And I had this walking stick, and my knees, for those of you who don't know, I used to have knee problems, and my knees were killing me. Like, I was basically like one of the people from The Hobbit or something, because I barely made it to the car. Rye, I'm genuinely grateful for the people who accept me on YouTube and gave me the chance to do this full time. That's amazing. The first answer of what are you grateful for? For me, I'll say mine while we wait for other people to write in what they're grateful for. When I usually think about like what are you grateful for, I usually stem back to roots of the beginning and being a human. So I'm grateful that I was even born, because Gary Vee and Mel Robbins, they did the statistics and calculation of what the calculation was for you to actually be the one to be born from your mother. And the odds are crazy. So the fact that you are even here, and that you're a person, you're not a desk, you're not a fly, you're not a plant, that you're an actual person is a miracle in itself. And so I often think back to the core roots of everything. So I'm grateful that I was even chosen to be the one to come through, to be alive. And it's crazy. I'm grateful that I can walk, that I have arms, that I have hands. Like, I'm very, very, from that perspective of grateful. Yeah, and I could be grateful for internet and all this kind of stuff, but at the very core, it's like those things, because without any of that, it's like you couldn't really do any of this. All right, we've got some more in here. Brenda, I'm genuinely grateful for my husband. He is my greatest cheerleader. He watches all my videos, gives me feedback, and encourages me all the way. That's awesome that you do have a cheerleader, because, yeah, when you're starting out, trying anything new that isn't the norm, it's sometimes not well received, especially, YouTube. It's like, what? YouTube channel? And yeah, we have some coaching clients where they're starting a YouTube channel, and they're getting some weird looks from people, some weird comments from people, thinking it's like a joke and stuff like that. So that's amazing. Digging in deep with Dawn says, I am grateful for being positive and productive during COVID. Yeah, because it went either way for people. Either you flourished, or this brought you down, unfortunately. And I've seen both sides of the coin, and it sucks to see that this pandemic has brought people down significantly. And it's hard because mentally it's been draining. Like there's stuff happening. And so that's amazing. That's great. That's amazing. Very grateful to have hands. Yes, and you know the way I think like this is from Gary V. He talks about these kinds of things. If you ever watch any of his stuff, he's like he's really rough, right, when he speaks, and he'll be like, be grateful you're not an effing bus, you know? And he just really slams it in your face, and you're like, yeah, I'm not a bus, you know? I'm a human, so I have a chance, you know? Teddy B says, I'm grateful for 300 views a day on my daily videos. Amazing. That's so cool to hear. And before we go on to the next comment, Teddy, have you reached the 6,000 subscribers yet? Let us know an update on that. We've got Tamil in the house. I'm grateful to be in good health. Yes, me too. I'm grateful that I am probably in the best shape of my life. I was like lighter and skinnier when I was younger, but I wouldn't say I was healthy because I was just eating a lot. And even though I didn't really gain the weight, it it eventually caught up to me. So I would say I'm the healthiest now because I do the most working out now, the walking, and I do still have my fair share of my junk food, but there's definitely a lot more healthy stuff happening. So I'm on the trajectory. So amazing. Health, that's in 2018, I was like, health needs to be taken more seriously. Roland says, I'm grateful for good health and being able to enjoy life and the people in my life. That's amazing, Roland. Yeah, you've had tremendous growth this year. I see you having fun every day with your side by side. You're just having fun. That's amazing. Lisa says, I'm thankful for my family waking up in the morning and people that are there to help me when you are sad and people that make me laugh. Yes, and I know that Cheeks of Product Patrol makes you really laugh as well. I'm thankful for you, Lisa, that you continue to show up on our live streams. I really appreciate it. Phil says, I'm grateful that my parents are alive. That's amazing. That's really cool. And that's really cool to hear. Because there are a lot of people that don't have their parents, and that's amazing. Brenda says, I've had the weird looks and raised eyebrows about starting a YouTube channel. I've even had someone say, you know, you aren't 20 anymore. Wow, man. People's comments are crazy. It's like, first of all, you don't have to, like, you don't, like, if you want to start a YouTube channel, you start a YouTube channel. It doesn't matter what age. If I listened to all the stuff that was said to me, I wouldn't be here right now and I wouldn't be living my best life. You wouldn't believe the ridicule and the comments that Arit and I went through when we were first starting our entrepreneurship journey in 2010, when it was not cool to be an entrepreneur. Now it's very trendy and very cool to be an entrepreneur and do social media and stuff. There was none of that really happening. There was only Facebook and Twitter and blog. And it was a very different time back then. I still get amazed when I go to the coffee shops now. When I go to the coffee shops and I see every single person has a laptop or a tablet or something like that now. And I'm like, I just laugh because I'm like, I remember when we used to go to the coffee shops and it was all textbooks, books, magazines, newspapers, and people conversating. And we were the weirdos bringing our laptops and trying to find the plugs and asking people to move their feet to get our to plug our laptops in. And everyone would be like looking at us like, why are you bringing your computer to the coffee shop? So yes, if you're getting that kind of a comment, you're going in the right direction. Kevin is thankful for consciousness. That's amazing. And that's cool that you have that ability to be aware of that, because there's a lot of people that don't even know what that is and aren't even aware at all. Teddy says, no progress at all, but growth is stagnant, but I keep making videos. And that's where the strength happens, because there will be times of being stagnant and maybe even a dip, but you must keep going if you truly enjoy it and are having fun. Because I'm a part of other I'm a part of other YouTube groups on Facebook, and I saw this post by someone where they were so upset, and they're like, guys, this is a rant, I need help. They're like, my videos aren't doing well, they used to and now they don't, and I just want to give up and I don't feel like it's worth it anymore. And it's like, you have to ask yourself, what are you doing this for? Just the views? Then if you're doing it just for the views, it's going to hurt a lot more, and you're not going to be able to do it for sustainable. You need to do it for you, and or you want to entertain people and truly help people. And even if it's just one person, that makes all the difference. And so that's why I don't get hung up on the views and don't let it ruin my life. It sounded like that person was in complete distress, and I felt bad for them, and there were a lot of people trying to comfort them and say, just keep pushing through. If you truly enjoy it, just keep pushing through. Kevin says, and I'm thankful for pancit, which is a Filipino noodle dish. That's funny. That's actually not my favorite Filipino food. My favorite Filipino food is this thing called palabok, and I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of like a pasta dish, but the sauce is like nothing like you've ever really tasted before. So yeah, let me know if you've had that. Shout out to Digging In Deep with Dawn, show number 73. Amazing. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you found us and that you're making progress on your channel. And, let us know when you are going to do your next live stream again. And remember, I told you that even though you were having technical difficulties, it's okay. It's the fact that you try again and you keep going. That's what matters. You don't want to, if everyone just gives up after one try, it's like, you're not going to make it. And if you truly want it, you'll try again. And so just let us know and we'll help you out with the technical difficulties. Roland says, Jewel, my wife is already halfway through The Secret. She passed me. How's she liking it? Is she enjoying the book? I know it's like a different type of content for people. It's not for everybody. You do need to be open to it. It's different. It's not like science or anything like that, but is she enjoying it? Dawn says, stay strong, Brenda. I know you've got the strength, Brenda. You've already proved that people are interested in your content. You've got people. You got 140 people. 140 people. Just think about that. You will be at 500. You will be at 1,000. I see you growing tremendously. You have an amazing work ethic. You're great at planning. You're great at creating systems. Because I remember you were describing all the stuff that you were planning, and it was amazing. When you can have that work ethic along with the consistency, it's like boom, explosion. And there goes Teddy. I'm 64 and running a channel. Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of people here that are older, and I think that's cool. I admire that. I think that is like, it makes you stand out. Roland says, Brenda, you are great on video. Age has nothing to do with it. So what if you are 35? Roland says, I'm 56 on Sunday, and I have videos myself rolling on the ground with a BB gun and all sorts of silly stuff. I wasn't expecting that, Roland. Okay, Cheeks of Product Patrol. I think he's like 49. Do you not see how much fun he has? He dresses up in costume as a wrestler called Cheeks Wonderful, and he does skits and funny things on his video with his son. So it doesn't matter the age. As long as you are enjoying it, no one else's opinion matters. Phil says, Brenda, it's probably just a bit of jealousy from people. Yeah, when you do something when you do something different from people that know you, they like it's like a trigger for them. It's the same thing that happened when we were like, we're going to be entrepreneurs and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And so everyone was like, why? You're not in business school. Jewel, you failed out of school so bad. Like, you're only good at art. You have spelling errors. Like all these comments that people make, it really doesn't matter. You have to find the strength to do it for you. Dawn says, okay, I'll be 63. I started YouTubing in September. I am into reverse aging. That's awesome. Tracy says, you are a very young 56-year-old, Roland. Good for you. Roland, you are. Like, there are people that are in their 30s and 40s that act older. No problem, Dawn. Roland says she is enjoying the book and talking my ear off about it. Yes, good one. Tell her to, if she's into watching YouTube videos, Rhonda, the author of The Secret, has a couple of really good interviews with specific people. And one of my favorite ones is Rhonda Byrne with Lewis Howes on the School of Greatness YouTube channel / podcast. That interview between those two, the synergy was amazing. So if she likes The Secret, she likes Rhonda, right? Watch that. Tell her to watch that interview. Very good. Teddy B says, I figure if 300 people watch the video, I will keep doing it. I am amazed people want to hear me go over the numbers with commentary. I don't get it, but hey, people want to hear it. That's the same thing with Scott's channel. He does commentary as well. And yeah, think about it. If you have the ability to have perspective and to be able to, what I like to say to people is when you have the glass of water and there's like half water and it's either half full or half empty, the ability to have the perspective to see situations as half full is a really good asset. It's a really good character trait to have, and it benefits you in the long run, because even though crap's going down, things are going wrong, the ability to have perspective and to see things in the light, in the half full, is so beneficial. So you saying if 300, because most people will zoom out and they'll be like 300, that's not a lot. You don't have thousands or a million. It's being able to look at it that way and seeing the positive that you're going to win. You're going to be a winner. So many people always want to do the negative side of things. You're not going to win if you're like that. That's what I've realized. I already spent a good chunk of my life being negative. Ripley's, believe it or not, up until I was like 23 or 24, I was a pretty negative person. I always saw everything half empty and it was like draining, and it was everybody else's fault except for mine. And I had to have a major reality check and realization. And for those of you who don't know, I found the book The Secret, and that literally changed it to half full. Everything became half full after I read that book. And that's why I recommend that book all the time, because it changed my life and it might change some of yours. Lisa says, good night, everyone. I'm going to bed. I will see everyone in the next live stream. Thank you so much, Lisa. Happy Thanksgiving to you again. And thank you so much for always showing up every week. We appreciate your energy and being here. Yeah, I'm pretty immature. I love the conversations we have, Roland. We often, like, we have a group chat with me, Roland, and Arit, and we're often doing like voice notes of the most random things. And I love the conversations that we can have, Roland. Rai says, YouTube is the one place where community and message mean more than age and looks. YouTube is truly open to all with something important to say. Exactly. And that's what we try and tell people. I'm noticing this trend with our older coaching clients. They are weird about their age. They fixate on it and they're like, whoa, hold on. I don't want to put my face on here. I'm like above 60. And I'm like, so that's cool. What do you mean? And I'm like, just take a really cool photo of yourself on your cell phone standing in front of a white background and we'll make it look cool with the Arit's graphics. And they're like, oh, I'm a little bit worried about showing my age. And I'm like, if you can use it to your benefit, because even though, okay, you're older, you're 60s, but you're being on YouTube and providing value, that will make you stand out more. You actually have the advantage. Again, it's all about perspective, right? And some people need to work through that. It's part of their journey. They need to get through that. We are the champions. No time for losing. Yeah. And you know what? Even if you do lose, that's fine. I say this often about failing forward. Like, we've failed a million times. We've probably failed more times than we've succeeded. But when you succeed, it's like that you don't need to succeed as many times as you fail, right? I hope that, did I say that right? Basically, we failed way more times than we've succeeded. That's the main point I'm trying to get to. Don says, you are doing so well flying solo tonight. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it's just flowing naturally. The other day I was scrolling through on our channel and I saw the first live streams that I was doing in 2020, like the first few ones. And I was like so nervous and so weird. And, you know, it's after, I don't know how many, almost 200 live streams now, maybe, that we've done, that I'm just speaking from my heart and my soul and how I would speak normally. Like when we do coaching and stuff, I'm pretty much talking like this as well. Teddy says, I visualize 300 people coming to hear me speak every day and it blows my mind. Sorry, I have this thing with reading and the words sometimes move. I visualize 300 people coming to hear me speak every day and it blows me away. They show up every day. Yeah, like take 300 people and put them in like an auditorium or some room. And that's a lot of people, even 30, like even speaking to a room of 30, that's a lot. Roland says, I'm enjoying the book as well, Jewel. I just have so many things going on. Yeah, no, I totally get it. You get busier. It's funny how, you know, you can really find so many things to do when you start your own thing, and it's like endless. But you know, a page at a time or whatever, and or your wife's gonna tell you about it, right? You'll get the audio version from your wife. Brenda says, that's why I like joining this group. It's uplifting and encouraging with other like-minded entrepreneurs. I'm glad that you came back, Brenda, because I know that there was a hiatus where you weren't able to show up on the live stream for whatever reason, and I actually kept thinking about you, and I was like, I wonder if Brenda's gonna come back. And I do remember you guys. Like I do notice if someone doesn't show up and if someone's not there, and I think about, I hope you guys are okay, and I give you positive vibes and stuff. So I'm so glad that you came back. And I still remember when your name popped up in the chat and we were doing the intro, and me and Arit literally like freaked out. We were like, Brenda's back. It was like, whoa, she's back in the house. So I'm so glad that you came back. Shout out to Scott's Stock Due Diligence. It's always a tongue twister. Scott says, I'm retiring on Tuesday. More time to spend on YouTube. That is amazing, because I know that you've been talking about that a lot, Scott, and I'm so glad that it's happening for you, that your YouTube channel is literally exploding. I was saying to Scott that your channel will pass ours. He's at like 22 subscribers right now. 22,000, not 22, 22,000 subscribers, and your growth rate is like 2,500 approaching 3,000 subscribers a month. You will reach 100,000 subscribers. You will get that silver play button for all of us first. And when you do, please show us, because I want that for myself too, but I will be so happy. Like, I'm so happy to hear that probably in 2022 you'll pass us, which will be amazing. And you'll be the first coaching client of ours to pass us in subscribers. So that's really cool. And thank you so much for the donation and the super chat. It's very much appreciated. It's been amazing working with you and seeing your growth. Scott's a really good student, because we pretty much say, hey, do this, and then he goes and does it. And he's implemented literally everything that we told him to do on his channel. Congratulations, Scott. Wow, that's great. Retirement is an amazing lifestyle. Yes, Roland is also retired, I think, 2 years now, 3 years or so, or maybe more. Maybe more. Rye saying, congrats, Scott. By the way, loved your Suncor vid. I've been a bull for a while on that sleeper stock. Keep it up, buddy. That's crazy. Yeah, it's so cool to see all the different companies that you do videos on, Scott. And I asked him in a private chat, I was like, do you think you'll ever run out of companies to do stock evaluations on? And Scott's like a numbers guy, and he's like, nope, I will never run out. Like, there's literally so many companies out there to do videos on that he will literally never run out of content. Kevin says, it's better to say, oh, well, than what if, Pat Flynn. Pat Flynn was one of the first entrepreneurs that I started learning from. And it was Pat Flynn's YouTube tutorial on some Facebook banner thing that inspired me to do tutorial videos, because I saw him doing a tutorial video on something, not on the thing that I particularly wanted. And then I saw like one that wasn't as good. And then I said, if Pat Flynn can do it, because I don't know if you guys know, but Pat Flynn is half Filipino. He's half Filipino. And so when I saw, I'm like, wait a minute, you're half Filipino and you're like successful and you have a YouTube channel and you're doing it. And I was like, I'm Filipino. I can do this too. So that he definitely inspired me, and he still does to this day. He actually sent an email newsletter 2 months ago recommending something, a course platform, and because they were running a promotion, and I followed his advice in it, and it got us like $1,200 very easily. So like, Pat Flynn is always giving out gold nuggets. Roland says, sometimes when you lose, it's really a win. Yes. Yes. It's true. And a lot of people don't see it that way. And again, it's about perspective. When I am losing and things are going horribly wrong, as they do, more often than you think, I'm always like, what's the life lesson here? What am I to learn? What is this? Why is this happening? Like, what can I learn from this? And it's always like you're not going to get stronger from all the wins that you have. It's like all the downfalls and then getting through it and then moving forward. Scott says, right, every Saturday I stream with another finance YouTuber. I hope you can be a guest in the future. Yeah, both of you guys would. I was just thinking, both of you guys should be on each other's live streams. That would be a great collaboration. The audience is international from 20 different countries around the globe. That's another cool thing to look at, right? Another cool thing to pay attention to. Amazing. Yeah, see, I love that this group creates connections between you guys. That's what we wanted. We wanted this whole community to just, you guys become friends too and interact. Awesome. Cool. All right. I finally caught up to the comments. You guys were just going really fast. All right. Well, thank you so much. Shout out to Scott's Stock Due Diligence. Thank you so much for the super chat. If you guys are into stock evaluations, check out his channel. He is a workhorse. He releases videos every day. And then he started implementing live streams, which I think you do once a week now. And shout out to Digging In Deep with Don. Thank you so much for the super chat. You guys check Don's channel out. He does great videos about inspiration, his thoughts on life. He's got great wisdom and great stories. And I look forward to your next live stream, Don. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm just going to hide that comment. Appreciate all the support tonight. It was a great live stream. I had so much fun with you. And yes, I will let Arit know. I will see you guys next week, next Thursday at 6 p.m. PST. Get those wins for the week, save them up, and share them next week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.